Hello everyone and welcome back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup for Dune, Imperium, the Rise of Victor and Immortality expansions. I'm your host and commentator, BlackShadow, and it is time for the semi-final brackets. We have just 5 games remaining in the tournament. And from our starting 189 players, we are left with just 16 remaining, finding out to be crowned a brand new Imperium Cup champion. I've got to say, I've never seen so many Grand Visions come in round 7, but it's been really good and entertaining. The community's enjoyed it as well. I've had a lot of fun memes and stuff come up as well in the Discord. It's been really appreciated. But here is the semi-finals, and see here, the last 16 standing. All of these games are going to be absolutely wild. And the way it works now is that no one is that worried about any other games being played. There's no fast losers stuff anymore. If you win your match, you are in to the grand finals with a chance to become a brand new Imperial Cup champion. And the top prize of $350 and a copy of the Beast Spoils Uprising promo card from the North Carolina Invitational, which are not publicly available. Everyone will be letting themselves at least $50 making it to there. Second places will be making their way through to the runner-up playoffs being played the day before with a $75 prize for whoever wins that game, as are a bit of a consolatory prize and also just one other final match. To even make it this far is really impressive given the strength and depth of the field that joined this competition. So well done to all 16. But let's have a look at the players today for semi-final B. BlackStone has been one of the form players of the entire competition, finishing top of Group I along with Sneaker Dead, who's also in the semi-finals. BlackStone then has been pretty impressive all throughout, winning 4 of 5 matches played in this tournament. BlackStone has been one of the form players for the entire competition, coming atop of Group I along with Sneaker Dead, who has also made their way through to the semi-finals. BlackStone then followed up with a really impressive win in quarterfinal F, playing as Romba Vernius, putting down Fweek, Legolas, and Game Slayer, cementing their spots here in the semi-finals. I do think that BlackStone believes they can go all the way here, and they can win this competition. They've done really well to get this far. Again, have been one of the best form players in the entire tournament as well, but of course, at this point, you're playing against some of the best players in the entire world, quite frankly. So there is no easy match here, and any little mistake is going to be heavily, heavily punished by your opponents. Black generally has favoured leaders that are very economy-heavy, having to pivot into a combat strategy in the quarterfinals. And we're hoping to go for one of those. We've not seen to go like super-duper heavy card draw outside of Ilban, but Ilban is Ilban and Iximo. So, also not really had to take too many offbeat picks either outside of the Romba Vernius in quarterfinal F. But again, BlackStone has shown that they can play a variety of different leaders in a variety of different ways. And I think it's really showed what they can do. But I think, from what I met of BlackStone as well, that they will feel that they really, really want to get to the finals, and if they can win it and kind of set their name down as one of the best around, I think they'll be huge for them. So real good chance for BlackStone, but this is an absolutely brutal semi-final, so, you know, you're just going to have to kind of fight and scrap to try and get your way through to the grand final. Next up, we have Badger, the reigning and defending Uprising Invitational Champion. Fresh off his victory in North Carolina a few weeks or so ago, he makes us here with this semi-final matchup. Reminder that Badger did not have the greatest of group stages, truthfully speaking. Only winning 2 out of his 4 games, and has had to kind of fight and scrap his way through, but Group S was so crazy tight. Managed to get through to the quarterfinals. Very unfortunately, I was not able to cover quarterfinal G. I really wanted to against Bafko, Cat, and Zazabu, but I was absolutely exhausted. I've covered like 4 matches the previous day, and I was just completely spent, and I couldn't get to it, and I was not able to get someone to at least record it so I could cover it later on. So unfortunately, one of the only quarterfinal games that we did not get to see. Badger has shown multiple times that he has, you know, a real strong talent at this game. Very, very strong, very solid, very rarely makes any sort of unforced errors. I think it's one of his big strengths. There are some players I think can play really, really strong, but sometimes just make kind of unforced errors, and I can sometimes fall into that bracket as well. Badger, it's always solid. He's always going to probably make the right move or close to the right move. Is never going to do anything too completely outrageous a decision. Is always going to be there or thereabouts here. But obviously, a lot of Badger's play recently has been with Uprising, obviously preparing for the invitational competition. And so maybe that mentality might kind of come back into this game. I don't know. I think Badger's played a lot of Dune Imperium, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue here. But obviously, specializing in Uprising, this is a little bit of a different format for him. But I think he'll still fancy himself to get through and might even be the favorite coming into this match. Joining him is going to be Yiazmat, who also came through Group S, which is fascinating how these two have come back together here for the semi-finals. Yiazmat was edged out automatic quarterfinal qualification by Badger and has had to take the long route, where he came through as the fastest loser in the second knockout brackets in the game that he lost to Is Now Good, but then a very, very good quarterfinal victory for him, booking his spot here in the semi-finals. Now, Yiazmat, typically, from my experience, does do a lot of fighting. Obviously, you can see here with Beast Raban and Romba Vernius in his 2 knockout games. And is very happy to get stuck into combat, and I always am aware of that for Yiazmat. But again, really, really impressive. It's been a great run for Yiazmat as well, I think, to make it through this far. Getting through Group S, even in the top 4, given the strength of it, I think was really, really impressive. And he is going to be looking to book himself into the semi-finals here. And he will definitely believe that he can do it as well. Again, all these players here will believe that they can get through, no doubt about that. But I think Yiazmat, having gone through the extra additional round, will be definitely looking to avenge the fact that he didn't get top 2 in the Group S. Probably on paper, maybe not favourite to go through here, but is definitely going to be a real presence on this table. And if he can get his hand on like a very combat-orientated leader, or maybe someone like Hundra Moritani, who can do a lot of shipping stuff, yeah, I think that's going to be really, really strong for him as well. So we'll see how this breaks out for him. But I think Yiazmat will be fancying themselves to try and make it to the grand final. And last up, we have TheGreedyGrill, who came top of Group 3, largely dominating proceedings there and having a very, very strong group stages. However, had to qualify through as one of the fastest losers, the only fastest losers from the quarterfinals. There was a couple of spots painfully edged out by LSR in quarterfinal M. That was another really, really good game that we got to cover. As such, he's had to kind of wait it out to see if he would make it. Had to wait a lot of games to see if he would qualify as the fastest loser, and he has just about made it into the semi-finals. Greedy has played a variety of different leaders so far. In the 5 games he's played Beast Raban, Earl Memnon, Viscount Hundro, Count Ilban, and then Prince Romba in the quarterfinals. So has definitely played a whole variety of different sets of leaders, but is always more than happy to get stuck in with combat as well. And I have a feeling that him and Yiazmat might well end up clashing here, because Yiazmat has also got a propensity for going in really heavy into combat. So I can definitely see fireworks between the two of them at some point during this game, and that could be fun to watch that go down. I think Greedy will, again, fancy that they can make it through. Maybe the least fancied of the 4 players. There's a lot of strong competition about here. I think for Greedy, it's going to be important to like really get like the key moments correct as well. That would be my only worry. Maybe Greedy tries to overextend at some point. You know, it is a semi-final, and people are going to be perhaps willing to take a chance or two. But it's about timing, I think, as well. And that's the only thing I'll be worried for Greedy. But again, very, very strong player. Interesting to see how this one breaks down. I mean, as far as favourites going through, you'd feel it's probably between Badger and BlackStone are probably the 2 favourites coming on paper. BlackStone, obviously, with the form, and Badger, obviously, coming through a dramatic victory over at the Invitational Tournament. So will be definitely fancy himself here. But really, any one of these players could win it. I think this is going to probably come down to a couple of really key moments in the game and decisions that people make and people don't make. I think it's going to come down to, and that's what it should do. When it comes, you got a lot of good players playing against each other. It's going to come down to those little decisions, those little moments, and who takes the advantage of that. So I think it's going to be a super close match, but this should be a really good watch. So here we go then, kids. Semi-final B is about to be underway. We're on drafting. Yiazmat is in the first seat, which has proven pretty powerful in the quarterfinals. Badger will be first to pick in the blue seat. So look at the opening row and Tex. Not too bad, all things considered. A lot of fun stuff here. Beguiling Pheromones, the one that you can trash for double bumps with factions. It's tricky to use, can be very powerful with some leaders. Industrial Espionage can get absolutely gobs of value out of extra grafting, but on its own is pretty weak. The Imperium row is not bad. Got solid cards, Imperium Ceremony and Treachery for 6 costers here, and then on 3 costers, Choose Spiritual Fervor and Benny's Sister. I wouldn't say there's anything, like, absolutely out of this world remarkable for, like, the early game, but, a lot of solid cards. And then we have the tech. So what do we got here? We have spy satellites, which has proven to be very, very tricky to use so far in these knockout stages, but potentially can still be really powerful. Wind traps for water and extra water in conflict. And then the very strong invasion ships, very desirable tech this for the extra troops as well as infiltration. Investments, however, all across the board. As for our leaders, what we got here? There's a lot of missing leaders. This is going to be an interesting little game. Baron Harkonnen and Hundro probably going to get picked pretty early here. And then we got lots of debt builders. Ekaz, Paul Atreides, Ariana. You'd expect to see Una get picked as well. Omni Kaz looks not too bad on this road, given there are some decent enough free costers. Suspect that's what the 4 leaders will be picked here, but we'll see how we go. And it is going to be the Baron in the 4th spot. I do find it interesting, again, in the just Rise of Ix, Baron in 4th is, like, really tricky because he gets blocked all the time, but now with Immortality, it doesn't happen anywhere near as much. So we'll see how things go. The 4 players are also in a voice chat. Unfortunately, we can't hear that, so we'll see if there's going to be maybe something you can infer there's a bit of table talk going on. But to be fair, like, none of these are, like, excessively, like, into that sort of thing. There'll be a bit of chat, probably. Bit of fun. But I think this game we played in pretty good spirits. Although, of course, for a spot in our grand finals, there is plenty to fight for here. So, BlackStone up next. And goes for Armand Ekaz. Okay, very interesting. Deciding to let Hundro Moritani go to 1st spot, probably to Yiazmat. Now, that's an interesting draft point. He clearly has a particular plan. He's going to be after Truthsayer, I think. I think he figures the free persuasion cards out there are pretty strong enough to go for his ring. But the thing is, though, you got to be careful about this. Like, if you do this strategy, then your Hundro's almost certainly going to 1st spot, and then 2nd spot with Greedy is going to be probably someone who would also want Mentat, unless Una gets picked, which is. So, maybe a decent little assignation there. Oh, my goodness me. And Hundro Moritani has found Finesse in his opening draft of Intrigues. Oh, my goodness me. Glitz of Path's also pretty good. But there is absolutely no way you turn down Finesse here. That is an outrageous draw. That's very strong. So, huge result for him there. We've got Spacing and Emperor for the Baron for Badger's picks, and we're going to be off to the races here. And opening conflict is going to be fireworks. It is the Solari Influence Skirmish. This is going to be a war. Hundro Moritani has to go smuggling with his ring. Not quite what it was after here. Ooh, man. Given his specific hand, I would have been slightly tempted to go Fold Space just to get shipping immediately and cut that away from Una, but I guess he's happy to wait a little bit here. He needs to find a trip to Fold Space so he can then finesse another influence bump to get to shipping there, so he's going to basically try and force Una's hand here. Una's drawn double faction access, which is going to make life difficult. Baron's not drawn any, and Ekaz has got 1 in double daggers. Wow, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun here. Hundro Moritani can't expect to get to the winning this conflict a lot of the time. Who's going to go Hardy Warriors first here? Una feels she's got to go Fold Space Mind as well. Does Ekaz just chuck it in here at Hardy Warriors? Blocking Baron, blocking Hundro, getting money for his skirmish. It's committing. You've got both daggers. I think he might. No, he's just going to go Wealth. So Ekaz and BlackStone is clearly going down the card drawing route. So Baron Harkonnen does not have faction access, and that is kind of brutal for him. His signet ring, he's got no way of producing money for it either. He's got some problems here, does Baron Harkonnen. I wonder if he goes maybe for like an early tech negotiation to wind traps. Maybe like Imperial Basin wind traps or something like that. I'm not too sure. Might also go Arrakis just for drawing. He's used to the Uprising board. He's obviously playing a lot of Uprising. Second dagger found. So he's just going to chuck it in here. Now, this will be notable here. This obviously does not allow a Masterstroke. So, pretty telling about his hand here. Baron feels he's just got to get stuck in. He's probably right. This puts pressure on Hundro. Hundro, I think, would normally have gone Hardy Warriors, I think, in this situation. But it's very difficult that Baron has committed himself this early. Hundro may decide to go Still Suits instead. Is there other faction access about? Una has no water, of course, from her trait. And it'd be an obvious spot for her to go. So maybe Still Suits is more in plan here. Ekaz could well have the faction access. But he went well first. It's not likely. And unless Baron drew into it, but if he drew into it, he's not going Hardy Warriors anyway. So I actually think Steel Suits is a stronger spot here. It blocks Yuna. Baron's not likely to go there anymore. And, I mean, if Ikaz decides to go Hardy Warriors, he decides to go Hardy Warriors. I think this is a better spot, Steel Suits. And he does agree. I mean, this is a nice little good spot here from Yiazmat. Very easy to go Hardy Warriors and get dragged in. The only problem with this is that you are risking giving Baron this for kind of semi-cheap than you normally would. But what you're going to do? Yuna off to Karthag. She'll pick up the glimpse that Hundro put down. Pretty decent intrigue that as well. So we'll probably be thinking something strong here. Does not play Seek Allies. Not interested in secrets. Getting in for some cash. Ikaz going for Wealth Mentat. Pauses over experimentation. Don't know if that's what he was looking for. He would love to have found a Diplo to Hardy Warriors. We do see Baron go Tech Negotiation. I have a feeling he was going to do that. So he's going to rely on the fact that Ikaz... Well, if he's got... I suppose if Ikaz's got Hardy Warriors access, he's just going there. The dagger's not making any difference here. So, dagger for Hundro. 4 to buy. Some decent cards out here. But might he get greedy? No, he's happy with Truthsayer. No ring, of course, Ikaz. Chris Knife turns up here. That's a fun little card. Yuna might go for it for the extra money. I could definitely see that. No, takes Benny's sister. Oh, Jamis. Really strong card here. Baron's gonna love that. Omni Ikaz, I can't see revealing early for it. So you'd think Jamis would get a lot of the time here. Ikaz now knows that there's daggers about here. He could go Imperial Base and limp in 2 troops, cut Hundro completely out of the combat, which might be worth it for the sake of Swordmasters. Hundro, of course, gets any Solari here. Any cash in is going to be good here. So I think Ikaz is putting them both in with his dagger, yeah, and he does. Baron's going to get the conflict for cheaper than you might expect, but he's obviously got no garrison. He's obviously concerned as well about the intrigues here, but Ikaz is going to take his chance. 4 for the Baron. Baron might rip this. But Jamis is also just a really good card. He's debating it. He does opt to rip. Ooh, wow. Some interesting cards here. Somewhere out of his price point. Guild and Bastards we wanted to be looking at most here. Freight Fleet's also fine. A lot of strong 5s. Duncan and Pater. But an agent can also be pretty good with a deck going for that. That's a very strong card, though, for Baron Harkonnen. It's an obvious alliance he's going to be trying to go for here. So there's going to be a lot of early tension on keeping Baron away from this faction. It's definitely going to warp things a bit, because he's going to get a bump here naturally. So players will feel they've got to keep full space from him. Otherwise, that could get really out of hand. Oh, sorry, Baron had 5. My apologies, Tech Negotiation. He's eyeing up high priority. I wouldn't hate high priority. But he might also opt to not take it. The money revealed's not the worst thing. I think not taking it's fine. Wow, he took Guild and Bastion instead of Pater. Well, there you go. Baron Harkonnen making his thoughts clearly known here. I think high priority is fine. There's obviously a bit of chat here going on about factions. But he will not buy any more. So Ikaz is going to take second place here. I mean, don't see Hundro using the swords to tie for a couple of coins, but he might. He might feel he needs to. So Ikaz going coordination off to trash a dagger. He's got 2 specimens. He's got 3 to buy. It's not a great row for free. Freighter Fleet, I would probably consider. Or he rips it for free to gamble. Oh my god, and he absolutely spins it crazy. Dissecting Kit and Show him Delegate. Freighter Fleet, Freighter Fleet, by the way, was not a bad card for him by any stretch of imagination. Delegate he's just going to take for the... just to reveal and trash a coordination for some money here. I don't know if he's actually going to use it for much shipping. Imperial Spy also turns up, which he could afford, but he's going to take Dissecting Kit all day. Ikaz will be pretty happy. Hundro, I can't see using the swords. Oh, he does use the swords! He rips Finesse off just to get out of his 2 slow. I think it's too important here. So Yuna is 2 troops in for no money whatsoever. That hurts a lot. But Finesse was expensive as well to give that up here. Wild. So Baron wins it. Couple of coins to Ikaz and Hundro. Baron Harkonnen by far getting the best of that encounter. We'll move on. Basin is next. We got victory points early. Flat control early. Basin very strong here. So Yuna is obviously just going immediate Swordmaster. I imagine we'll see Swordmaster. She's going to try to get the Mentat if possible. Wonder if Ikaz will send his ring there or not, though. Obviously, very interesting coordination. Might also just go Haga Basin Conspire. Might go Haga Basin Conspire here. Get him to 7 Solari, and if anyone ships, it gives him access. Hundro's is going to be coming close. He's going to be his rings to be recycling soon. His dissecting kit, he is redrawn instantly, though, which is a little unfortunate. It's a bit of a bad draw for him. He was hoping to pick that up with something else. Obviously, the reveal effect for that is not activated yet. No beetles. He's got to get more research done. So, interesting to see what Ikaz will do. I don't think he's going to go for it. No, he feels, again, thinking about the fact he has to block fold space from the Baron, as we mentioned. So, just commits himself down there. Baron now cannot Masterstroke. And he's got double faction access. And he's got no way of garrisoning before Hardy Warriors here. So, Baron's got a tricky draw. What does Baron want to do here? Fold space. I mean, Still Suits isn't terrible. You're obviously putting pressure on Hundro to do something. Hundro, you think, might actually go Great Flat Conspire. Because he's got free Solari. And it means he doesn't have to worry about cashing in his shipping. It means he's almost certainly going to be getting Swordmaster for anyone else round 3 as well. So I think we'll see Still Suits of Baron. Hundro's going to Great Flat Conspire. And Yuna might well get to Mentat. I don't see how Baron can put anything in here. The problem is it's a really good conflict. But he obviously wants to get Masterstroke off ASAP. So he's not going to garrison. So I think Hundro has to... if he's going Great Flat Conspire, I would 100% be putting these troops in as well. I think it's the route for Hundro. It's just guaranteed Swordmaster. He's eyeing up Hardy Warriors. He does! He does Hardy Warriors instead. Does it the other way. Interesting. So Hundro's going to be reliant on his ring to cash in for Swordmaster. This is going to slow him down a little bit. Hundro probably doesn't need to put in all 4. Recognizes that. Well, he puts in 2, which is saying, I'm going to be putting in more dudes, basically. That he's going to a combat space. I mean, they know what his hand is, so it's no big surprise. Karfag again for Yuna. Reinforcements now fight. It's a really good card for her. A lot easier to get off here. Yuna's got an interesting spot. She's going to put in all 3. She feels she has to. She's got to charge Hundro the maximum here. Does have 2 intrigues as well, although it's not likely she has a battle intrigue. The first card probably isn't, or she might well have played it earlier. But she has a random here. So Hundro is going to have to pay everything here. I think Yuna probably has to put it all in anyways. Even if it's just guaranteeing the 2 water. I think that's probably important. Ikaz is going to graft out his diplomacy here with dissecting. Again, wants more coordination. He's pulled his other convincing argument, though. I don't know if that's something that he actually wants to get rid of. It's a bit tricky. Coordination, he's going to have to lose his... He's going to have to lose a convincing argument, surely. Not ideal. Ikaz is eyeing up Beguiling at the top there. Can't see him getting Beguiling, but he has got a Full Space card in hand now. Maybe encourage maybe a little bit of cheap faction access with his ring. It's not outrageous. So what does Baron do here? I mean, Great Flat looks pretty juicy. Ikaz unlikely to have any daggers because he had them last round. He's also trashed one. The problem is your Diplo, you've now recycled your hand. I think he's going Great Flat though. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the right call. Now, does he put the troop in? I think he should. I think he's got to put it in, probably. It's tough, though. This is the issue that Baron's got. But if you're looking at great for that. If you're looking at conspiring, you could probably do the truth in. Carthag is gone. Akaz does not have access to Siege. He'd have to go Arakeen, and he might go Arakeen, actually, given his specific hand. Try and find, like, something else to trash out of his hand. Like his Recon. Oh, his Recon's gone. He knows a dagger is out. We'll be honest, I would have preferred Badger to have made the choice before doing the research. And he does stay out of it, so Akaz will take the water here. Baron feels that Masterstroke is too important. He's got to get it off ASAP here. It is hindering him for sure. I wonder if Baron Harkonnen might try and find a way to Highliner. Here comes the other troops, of course. Hoping that Yuna didn't pull a battle intrigue. So a couple of daggers. Just charging the maximum here. Couple of persuasion for Yuna. Imperial Spy looks pretty good for Yuna, and I would be going for that. It's really good for her wealth. It gets an intrigue. For me, it's Imperial Spy. You've got Power Play out there for 5. I think it's a great card for her in this situation. She has got Seek Allies in hand, so she's got a couple of cards that she needs to use once she sees them. Oh my giddy aunt. Armani Kaz may just reveal. It's Talaxu Master. He might be concerned there's a 5 out there. He also has a problem. He goes Arakeen. If he draws his dagger, he might feel TM is too valuable. I think Armani Kaz might just reveal here. Wow. That has changed his plans. He was just going to go Arakeen, put a troop in, and carry on, but TM has changed that. Round 3 TM for Ekaz, who's going heavy trashing with Dissecting Kit. I think it's just reveal. He wants coordination, of course. But if he Arakeens and doesn't get persuasion, or someone else has 5, Hunjo doesn't have it, Baron doesn't, he's going to take the risk. He's risking it. And he finds Chome delegates. So he's going to get money, and he's going to coordinate off delegate for some money. But he does not get Tlaxu Master. He misses it. Wow. Well, I'm curious to know what you guys would make of that one. I think, given his specific hand with Dissecting, the fact he's already trashed a couple of cards, for me, I think I'm going Tlaxu Master. I think I don't worry about Araki in the trash. Dissecting Kit is going to do the work for him. He sees it differently. And he had a couple of cards he could have drawn which didn't give him it. I don't know. I think both are good options, but I feel like I would have just taken TM there. TM, call it a day. I got a deck of 10 cards. Rock and roll. You might even see it next round immediately, and it's going to absolutely fund Dissecting Kit single-handedly. I think that was the better choice, but decides to take the draw. Maybe he got a little bit greedy. In any event, Baron Harkonnen reveals for 4. He has no atomics. He's looking at throwing access here to get off Hardy Warriors, and he does go for it. Row has gotten pricey. They're all 5 and above here. So I suspect you're going to see Hundro rip this row. Baron's taking the troops here. He's taking the troops from the tanks? Oh, no. Wow, I actually think I would have considered taking the troops from the tanks. He's got no water, though. So maybe he's hoping to go maybe base in Highliner or something. Andrew will take it down, but had to pay everything for it. 2 persuasion in hand. Does he rip and just hope amongst all hopes he finds something? He does. He's not likely to find something at 2. He's lucky to find anything. Peddler and Peddler's it. Other power plays out there. Long Reach is now out there. Negotiate a draw as well, so a lot of good cards. I don't hate ripping it just because it denies the TM there after Ekaz takes the extra action. In case he still has it. But obviously, Hunter lucky to find anything. Peddler is about as good as he could have found, really. Outside of In the Shadows, of course. So Ikaz gets 3. I assume he's coordinating and trashing Delegate here. He's got 4 to buy. Negotiate Withdrawal looks pretty good. No atomics for stone. So he's going to have to live with what's there. Leet Kynes turns up on the road. Good grief, there's some good cards out there. Wow, he still trashes convincing. I think I would have trashed Showham Delegate. I mean, I guess if you think you're going to go shipping, then fine. But you could trash Showham Delegate and then just go Wealth Swordmaster. But so be it. Anyway, so 2 water for Yuna. Ikaz gets his extra water. 100 with the point. We'll move on. Arrakis is next. And all spots here have got some half-decent value. Ikaz does not find shipping access. Baron finds Guild Ambassador, though. So Baron's getting the shipping here. Double... Oh, wow. Ikaz has got a horrendous hand here. He's got a good hand, but it's tricky. Experimentation, he feels he's probably got to go and do something with that. Sneakers come to have a watch. Tricky spot here. He feels he's got to smuggle, but obviously he was looking for the actual shipping anyways. Yeah. Lanicon as well. I had a feeling some folks would pop along to watch this game. So, tough spot for Ikaz here. Could just open Mentat. He feels he's got to get negotiated off. The problem is he was hoping to refine his diplomacy access, and he has not. I think Ikaz needs a different plan here. I think Ikaz needs a different plan. He wants to get negotiated off here, but he might just have to use the card itself. Problem is, if you're not smuggling, the only other place that logically makes sense to send experimentation is going to be Basin, which does give Hundro Conspire Swordmaster access. I think he's going to just open with Mentat. And he's going to rely on Showham Delegate to do the work later on. He finds Fold Space. It's a good draw for him. So Baron's going to just surely start shipping here. The problem is he has to send Guild Ambassador to a council space. So, where's he off to? I actually like the idea of Baron going Wind Traps. It gives him his water which he needs for Master Stroking. If he had faction access, he could also just consider going, like, Ambassador to somewhere and then Highline. But he's got his Signet Ring. So you think Baron's just got to go Tech Negotiation. I think Wind Traps is the right... I think I'd just be taking Wind Traps. He's got the... He might go for something else, though. No, he's going to go Invasion Ships, which is also totally fine. Gives him the troops. That was the other thing I was looking at there. So he Gowson's up for Wind Traps. Also gives him some shipping access later on. So, big spin... Big result here for Baron. He's off... Now he's off to the races. Hundro does not have the loose spice. Hundro Muratani. Is there any world he goes Imperial Basin Highliner here? It'd be swimming in water. Smuggling's also there. Like, you just have to smuggle, right? Smuggle, Swordmaster. And then work it out from there. You've got no fold space. Like, you've got no shipping so far. And at this point now, Baron's there. Like... You going there yourself is probably not good. Someone needs to try and stop Baron. But Baron has infiltration, so I guess it doesn't matter. And Baron will be absolutely spamming that. So you think Hundro just surely smuggles Swordmasters here and then works it out from there. No one has Swordmaster. Yep, seems to be the decision. So he's going to take the cash. Yuna's Reinforcements is now online. Curious to know what Yuna's going to do here, actually. Yuna's surely just going to go Fold Space. But it's what she's going to do with her next... No! She wealths it! She does wealth it. Okay. Interesting. So Ekaz has to fold space now, you'd think, right? Just gets the point done. Constantly putting pressure on Baron. I mean, unless there's something else he specifically wants to do. Could also go Hardy Warriors. It's uncomfortable when Baron has got a lot of the troops. Surely Baron's just shipping here. Yuna and Hundred both have water, but they have no troops garrisoned. He's also got negotiating withdrawal, which he really wants to get use out of. There are worlds he Hardy Warriors. Maybe finds city access, can put in another troop and then retreats and still wins it. No way. I was about to say, I was like, well, what's he? Why is he hovering over that? So he is going to Hardy Warriors. He's going to put this all in here. He's going to see what he draws. He's going to try and win it and get negotiate withdrawal off here. Oh my goodness. I mean, he has 8 persuasion. Damn. But I think he's going city to put in a 5th troop and then retreat here. He's going to try and greed it up. So Baron's going to ship with Signet Ring, you'd imagine. Baron is also considering just going shipping up and down for Swordmaster next round. He is definitely considering it. If he pays for an intrigue, he can't get Swordmaster. Unless he goes smuggle next round. To be fair, no one else has gone for the fold space bump so far. There's worlds you might get away with it. Like, Yuna could have done it, but decided against it with Seek Allies. Ekaz could have done it, but he went Hardy Warriors. Baron might be able to get away with this. Shipping, take intrigue. Bump up twice, go smuggling next round, and still make it work, but... He could also just go up and down for Swordmaster. Depends if he does what he defines here. He's got guaranteed, well, not guaranteed shipping access, but evade ships makes life a ton easier. We'll see what he's up to here. Yeah, he does bump up and go for the coin. I think this is the right call. I think given the fact that no one else has got shipping access, yes, I'd be going for it. Dispatch an Envoy is found. It's a good card. It's a really, really good card for him. Swordmaster for Hundro. Yuna's up. Yuna's just going to go Carthag again, I imagine. Oh, hello. So, Yuna is Yuna considering reinforcing this fight? She's got Dagger and Benny's sister. I think reinforcements and 3 swords could be coming here. Ekaz has no intrigues. Kaz has some problems here. He'd have to go Arrakis if he wants to put more swords. He was hoping to get there. He might also just reveal for some big cards. But is he going to retreat the troops? Really hard to retreat the troops here. Does not have coordination off if he wants that. He'd have to go again to another spot here. He does not want to go Arrakis, I don't think. He's worried about drawing his Diplo. So he decides not to. He's going to take the loose spice and research. Yuna Muratani is going to have an interesting decision here, and I think she might spring it with reinforcement. I think this combat is very winnable for her. And I think she'll feel she's got to go for it. Baron takes Ix Guild. I like it. It's a fun little card, this. Doesn't see too much use now, but I think this is a better card than it looks. It's a decent reveal. Hundro has... Well, he's got to go to a faction. He cannot get involved in the fight. Hardy Warriors is gone. False Space is still sitting there. Could also go Selective Breeding, maybe. There's lots of good cards out there. You'd be hoping to find up to 5, though, for like Liet Kynes. Which is unlikely. You'd be relying on finding your convincing off you're drawing something else, but I think he might go for it. Nah, feels False Space is also fine. Both are decent choices. I know, the strength of the row might have gone for it. So, Yuna, is she going to pull the trigger? No, she doesn't. But Ekaz does have negotiated in hand, so he's obviously banking on things. Say, telling Ekaz, well, what are you going to do? You going to retreat or not? Ekaz surely can't retreat here. Yuna feels, well, she gets the 4 Slarits as Swordmaster, so she can live with it. So holding on to reinforcements, Grill is going to keep the powder dry. Gives him 3 persuasion, though, on a row, which is a bit tricky. I imagine he's ripping the row. Some really strong 5 costs out there. No, he's going to hold on for now. Interesting. Only person with atomics left. Ekaz has 7 persuasion. He will take an intrigue here. Looking for a combat, preferably. No, Emperor Bump's also pretty good. Ekaz can't retreat here. He will take Liet Kynes, though. And I tell you what, he might as well go Liet Kynes. He's got Fremen in his deck, and he's got an Emperor Bump. Surely that alliance is going to be very solid here. Long Reach is a good card, but he doesn't really have the deck for it. So Ekaz is going to feel very confident he can get this alliance very quickly. You'll probably see him go to Wealth at some point to set that up. And there's the other liaison here. So Ekaz going very heavy with the deck building route, going all in on it. I'd say he's got good odds here. I like the look of Ekaz's chances. Yep. No way he's retreating. This is his big combat point here. I think Ekaz is early favorite in this game. Water for Hundro, couple to buy. He'll take a liaison. Start to run down on those. Only 4 left. Nothing will happen here. Yuna will take the 4 cash. Should be happy enough with that. And Ekaz gets a very important battle point here. Narrakin to help pay for High Council. Raid stockpiles is next. Baron does find faction access. Oh, he does find shipping access. I think Baron should probably smuggle to get his Swordmaster and infiltrate that. He might also opt just to go and sell the shipping and not worry about it. But he's going to need an extra coin out of somewhere. He's found a Guild Ambassador again. There is a world where Baron Harkonnen dispatches something else to Guild Envoy. Dispatches a false face to Guild Envoy. He takes spies to try and get the point out of it, but it seems too wild. His garrison is very heavy, though. He's got to start using it. So he does go for smuggling for Swordmaster. Oh, Calculated Hire is found. Oh, that's a great card for him. Ooh, that's pretty tasty. It's not so good now, though, because he's going to have to discard a card for his hand. But it means he can use Dagger and Guild Ambassador and Spice Hunter. The problem is he feels he's going to have to use Calculated Hire. He'd have to use it now. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Does he think he can get all of them off? He'd have to, like, basically give up convincing, but, I mean, yeah, with a discard. But it means he gets Guild Ambassador and Spice Hunter used up along with the Dagger and Swordmaster. Is Baron Harkonnen not going to just jam the Spacey Alliance? Ooh. Now that's interesting. That is interesting. Hundro's going to get shipping here. He's going to open up Highline routes now. Doesn't have it, obviously, right now. But he's going to probably look to let Truth say to, like, Wealth or something. Swordmaster for Yuna. So, Dissecting Kit is still not active. I suspect he's going to use Delegate. We'll see what happens here. Baron can still use Calculated Hire. It's gone around. He's very much eyeing it up, but he'd have to get all the actions off. He's going to go for it. So he's going to go action economy here. So this way he can go steel suits. Oh, no, he ships! Okay, how are you going to get forces in the... Hold on a second, what's going on here? He's looking to go to steel suits with dispatch, I guess, with Guild Ambassador? What's going on here? He's not got any water, though. Oh, yeah, and he's gonna... Okay. Anyways, back to Hondro. Oh, he conspires it. Interesting. He finds ambush. That's a good card. I assume he's ditching convincing. He's trying to work out what his last card is here. He's just going to get rid of the dagger here. But interesting he went and did that. So he's obviously going up to the High Council and trying to hybrid it a little bit later on. Imperial Spy for Yuna. Great. She can trash this for an intrigue as well. You just got to be careful here. She's about to go over the limit here. And another ambush is found. So reinforcements gets played. Cannot deploy any of these. It is not the revealed turn. So it just garrisons up here. Kaz will just start shipping. Does he dissecting kit it? I don't think he will. No coordination here. Ikaz now starting to struggle on the action economy front. He's got to get his Swordmaster ASAP here. So Baron Harkonnen has a choice. There's 2 actions left to go. One for Hondro, one for Yuna. Both of them would like to go steel suit. Especially Yuna would love to go steel suit if she could. You also wouldn't mind winning this fight. You've got nothing but council access outside dispatch. You've only got 2 places that will go, and that's secrets and steel suits. Is Baron Harkonnen legitimately considering sacking off his Swordmaster for a round to get steel suits here? No, but he's going to use Guild Ambassador. Is he taking the spice to go to selective breeding? He didn't just bump it earlier, which is very curious. Usually people, when they get Guild Ambassador, just absolutely jam the Alliance, but he decided to take a bump with the Emperor. I think he's eyeing up taking the spice here for selective breeding. But he knows he's meant to just go for the Alliance here. Like, Guild Ambassador for the 2 spice is pretty good. And he does go for it. Wow. So he's off to selective breeding. Hondro's just going to go here, get another intrigue. Quid pro quo is found. It's not bad. Just going to put in the 1 troop here. Figures he might be good with ambush. So Yuna has steel suits. Yuna probably just has to go steel suits, you'd imagine. You've also got water dominance on Great Flat, which is building up quite nicely. It's good for you with Glimpse as well. Steel suit is automatic, and 2 troops I think is also automatic here. Remember, Yuna does have plans within plans, but she's kind of a bit slow here in getting this off. Surely you got to put in 2. But my figure, I'm just happy with 2 spies. That intrigue is pretty tempting, but Yuna's also worried about secret steals, so she's just going to limp in here. So they're just going to share a couple of spice between them. So Ikaz, full persuasion, does not have the Beetles off dissecting. It's not a great row for 4, truth be told. So a bit of an off round here for Ikaz. Bit of an off round for Ikaz here. Just adding to the liaisons for Lietkynes. Yeah, that's it. So Baron will be off to... No, he's going to hold on to it. And here comes the wind traps. He did mention this earlier as well. So Hardy Warrior is now being threatened. Masterstrip being threatened here. Baron being allowed to do kind of whatever he wants at this point. Hondro with 3. No atomics. Show strength's nice, but the problem is it requires you to get a lot of troops and you don't have much garrison. The graft ability does override for the 2 card draw, but he doesn't have a lot of that either. And Yuna will also reveal for free. Same spot for her. I imagine she'll just pass, and does. So I don't see either of them playing their ambush. I think they'll just share the couple of spice. And they'll call it a day. Yeah. And they do. So 2 spice between them. And we'll move on. Hundro swimming in resources. Baron doesn't have many, but he's got what he needs. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's Machinations. It is Machinations. Ikaz has found Leah along with a liaison. That's the only problem with Ikaz here. He's bought all these liaisons. He's now got a kind of sizable deck. He's gonna have to make sure he gets a card draw somewhere. So he's probably off to Arrakis. Hundred with a pretty poor looking hand though. He's in some trouble here, is Hundred Moritani. Yeah, I don't know. Does he want to go there? Yeah, I don't think that makes a ton of sense. He's just going to smuggle and set up here for his ring later on to get in for some faction bumps. I think that makes better sense. I like this. I think this is better. But Hundred's in some trouble here. This is a bad hand at the wrong time. He might be looking to go high council this round. He's also got a ton of spice. Maybe he's off to spice satellites. I feel like Hunter's got to do something in this game. Man, he so wishes he found faction access to Machinations here. He so wishes he found it. There's very little about, though. Yuna Moritani is considering Great Flat Highliner here. And I think it's got to be a legitimate consideration. She's the only person that can get there. She has one of the water intrigues and Glimpse the Path. The only other one is Water Peddlers. So it's not likely anyone else can get there before her. She does not have shipping access. But decides no. I'm off to Hardy Warriors, thank you very much. She figures that blocking Masterstroke is more important here against the Baron, and I don't hate that being the case. Now, Masterstroke, it should be noted, requires 4+ troops. So, Ixkill Compat, for example, cannot be used to assist with that, because it's a unit. Ikaz will ship. Where's he going to take these bumps? He's got the Emperor Alliance whenever he wants it. He'd be a little bit uncomfortable that Yuna's got the extra bump, though. So it looks like he's just going to do it now and call it a day. I think if you're going to, like, hazard about, like, going up there, you should just go up there. Ikaz has got 10 persuasion, by the way. Ikaz might just reveal and take Spice Must Flow. He might also try and get into... Yeah, he does just get in front here immediately. Taking the alliance. Trying to keep Yuna away from that. She does have plans, of course. Gaz is probably safe there. Baron's off to Carthag. He feels he's got to start getting forces in here. Call the Market is found. It's pretty nice. I don't see how he's going to get a lot of value out of it, though. Finds dispensation off his Signet Ring intrigue, which is not what he was looking for. Baron's got to start putting the hammer down here, surely. Ixkill for Dreadnoughts looks not too bad either. Hundro is going to go High Council. 7 Persuasion in hand. I think he's going to try and probably get his way to Siege, you'd think? Here comes Glimpse. Paying the water. Find Signet Ring. Problem is there's no way to get farm delivery off. No way to 7 Solari. I wonder if Yuna's going to Mentat here. Mentat getting back in position against the Baron here. Force Baron to commit first. No! No, Yuna's going Dreadnoughts. Yuna Moritani is committing herself to machinations here. Get ambushed behind, which helps a bit. Baron realizes he's in for some fun here. What does Ekaz do? Ekaz was looking to go High Council with Liaison. Oh, he plays negotiated! Oh! Spy Satellites is taken. Wow. Oh, was this experimentation? Where the hell's this Talaxu Master gone? Oh, he never got it, did he? I'm so sorry. I've been saying about the TM, he never got it, did he? Because he went and made the draw Arrakis and missed it, he got ripped out. I might have to do some editing in this video. I've been talking about TM for a little while. It's my own damn fault. So Baron Harkonnen has a funky spot here. He wants to get more forces in. Does he just dispatch Ix-Guild to Steel Suits? To get in troops, to get in his own dreadnought? It's a big decision here. He's committing a lot of forces if he does. Yuna is demonstrated she's more than happy to go to war here. You don't really have much of an idea where intrigues are at this point. They could be kind of anything. Tough spot here for Badger. Obviously, he can just infiltrate shipping as well. But if he infiltrates shipping, he can't use Ix-Guild and dispatch for a Dreadnought here. He's one short. So he's got to decide if he's going to go shipping or if he's going to go for Dreadnought here. He can't get both. He cannot get both here. I think he's going to go shipping. No! He is going Basin! Baron Harkonnen is going for it! Wow! He is committing himself to machinations as well, so this is expensive between the two. And if he does get to Steel Suits of Ix-Guild, it's going to be a very pricey machinations. Hundro can have a free water if he wants it, and he does. Yuna is off to Great Flat. Dreadnought will go in. Intrigue coming as well. Any more battle? Strategic push is found. Wow, this is actually really close. Dreadnought's in. Baron will have to commit everything for this. But I think he's gonna... He would lose, I think, on intrigues. And Yuna has gone so far down the rabbit hole, she might commit herself to ambush and push and just pray that Baron doesn't have a battle intrigue. If Baron still suits with Dreadnoughts, he's up to 17 strength. Oh, Yuna can only tie! Yuna can only tie, so it's expensive. Ekaz reveals... Gets rid of his second convincing after buying Spice Must Flow. And here comes Steel Suits. Here comes the dispatch move. So, this is a pricey water and 2 Solari. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, I was about to say, surely Baron has to commit everything in here. He's still not got Masterstroke off, though, which is wild, because it's all in 3s and 2s. So Baron still hasn't got Masterstroke off. He's going to have to get those forces together. 6-4 Hundro. Takes power play. Quizzes Haderach's on the road, by the way. And Yuna, nothing she can do here. She's got 6 Persuasion. She might go long reach. She does have a Benny Sister in hand. She might also just rip the row and hope to find something more suitable. And does. Oh, Lady J's there, but she's short. That's unfortunate. Voice. Satellite Band's not the worst card in the world. Ah, it's a little unlucky. With 6 Persuasion, you'd hope to find a bit better than that. Omni Kaz, by the way, definitely looking favourite currently. Well ahead in the lead with points. He's got a couple of points behind him as well with Spice Satellites. BlackStone will be very much liking their position. Definitely favourites at the moment. Reminder, the winner goes through to the grand final. Second place goes through to our runner-up playoffs. There's a cash prize available for that game as well. Third and fourth receive nothing. Does go Satellite Ban. I like the move. I think Satellite Ban's a good card for Yuna. Also, it's extra highline access. I think that's what Yuna's considering here, is highliners. So Yuna can only tie. There's no way she's going to do it. So Baron's going to take it down. Yuna will have to reassess here. It's a bad result for Yuna, though. 4 troops for and the Dreadnought. She gets that back at least. Baron now will start accelerating with the Spacing Guild. He's got work to do here. He's off to Carfag. He's hoping that he might, once on the Blue Moon, get his bonus troop here. It's possible. Round 6 oncoming here. Yuna does need to take the rewards. There we go. That's a huge result for Baron, though. That gets him back in this. He was a little bit docile, but that's a big result for him there. It was expensive though. Round 6 is Cloak and Dagger. There's not a ton of intrigues out there either, and that loose bump at the first place looks pretty juicy. This could be interesting. Yuna finds Diplo now. What is her deck? She's also... Oh, yeah, she's also got... I don't need to look. She's also got... whatever you want to call it. Satellite bands. So... The problem she's got is, does she think she actually gets to highlight her next round, or does she decide to fire at this one instead? It's tricky because of those 2 intrigues. So this is a very interesting spot for Yuna. You have got plans, though. Ooh, Smuggle's up. Ooh, I don't know about that from Yuna. I think I would have just taken the cash of our delivery. Smuggling up is pretty greedy. Like, I know he's the greedy grill. The problem is, if you're smuggling up, you're expecting to get back to smuggling at some point in the game. Look how much shipping there is. You're going to be, like, last of turn order. Like, surely someone's going to go smuggling before you here. I don't know. I think just taking the cash is better for Yuna there, because she's got final delivery. And you can just get it, and you can just turn your cash into what you need there. But I guess the only way you're going to get max out plans within plans is trying to go all in with smuggling. But I don't think this is likely to work. So Ekaz will go up and down here. If anyone is going to try and stop Baron getting a hold of his spacing alliance, it has to be you. And you do have spy satellites. I wonder if Armin Ekaz might try here. The alternative is he just goes for the Fremen and Bene Gesserit, which you don't see a lot. You can also, with spy satellites, just hard trash it for a point with 3 spies. So he might opt to just try and get the other 2 friendships and just trash it directly, which turns it from an endgame point into an actual live one, which is relevant if you're trying to close out the game. Considering he's ahead on points, he might decide to go that route. It's not easy to get the Spacing Alliance when Baron's got extra faction access. And he's also got Guild Ambassador. I think Ekaz might just go for the hard trash route, and I think he should go there. He's very tempted to try and fight Baron for it. He's the only person that could ever stop him is Armored Ekaz. If you bump it, you're basically forcing... No, he just plays conservative and just protects his alliance. It's very defensive. Very defensive from Ekaz, but he figures he's got a lead to protect. Surely he doesn't take cash. Surely he's got to take spice here. This is where spy satellites kind of like... It makes weird things happen on the board. It makes faction spots less appetizing for Ekaz, and it means that Baron has pretty much a clean shot now of just going to just taking the Space Alliance. He knows he's safe. And that's why Ekaz changed his mind. So Ekaz is going to go for it. He's going to put the hammer down. He's going to try and put Baron to the task here. Telling him, right, if you want this alliance, you got to go fold space. Baron is going to have to go fold space here. He's not putting any shipping access. I've just seen this Baron. He cannot get to shipping. So Baron would have to go fold space here. If he wants to do this, if Ekaz commits. I think there's no harm in trying to do this. I just don't see how you lose the Emperor Alliance a lot of the time. Hondro might harass you. He has got power play. You think he'd go probably Bene Gesserit or Fremen. No, he decides he is going to just play defensive here. Pretty indecisive. Goes for the money, which is surprising. I just don't think you need the cash. Like, what are you going to do? Buy 4 Dreadnoughts? He's obviously eyeing up High Council and Mentat is what's going on here, but I don't know. I think that seems to be the plan. But again, this is the problem with Spy Satellites. It just makes decisions regarding what you're doing really awkward. You'd think he had a money intrigue, wouldn't you? But he doesn't. Doesn't have any. Baron Harkonnen might just go fold space anyways here. Given his hand is so bad, he might also research station first. I guess he got the water. Research station's fine. Signet ring. There's Guild Ambassador. Baron Harkonnen is going to be going for some spice. Time to cash in some ambassador points. It's been kind of low scoring for Baron. And again, Baron still does not have Masterstroke off. He still doesn't have it. His Emperor bump is behind that as well, and she does want to get hold of it. It's also extra protection for the Spacey Alliance. It's been a weird old game for the Baron, this. He has to get up ready for Masterstroke somehow. Hondro is going to take more spice here. Absolutely flying in it. Gets the Talaxios. 12 spice in hand now. This should get interesting. Hondro surely... I assume he's going selective breeding here. If he can get there next round. Yuna is 6 Solari. I just don't know if she's ever getting smuggling here. I really don't. Throne Alliance is there to fight for. And does see it. And does go for it. This is all going in. Really? Very concerned that Hondro is just going to highline over, I guess. Maybe also hoping ambush and selective strategic push gets the job done here. Ekaz hasn't got his Swordmaster yet. Surely just has to take it. I assume he's using his fold space to do it. If he's abandoning faction fighting this much, then, like, you're basically forcing yourself to go, like, here to... Well, I mean, I'd go Menta, actually. Because no one else is competing with Swordmaster, but okay. Finds Dissecting Kit, which is now active. I can't believe I spent, like, half the game, like, what's he doing for his TM draw? Idiot. Well, Baron is being shown an open door to get himself back into this game here. He needs spice is the problem. I think Baron might Mentat here. And he does. Not worried about his signet ring. But I think Baron surely is going to be just looking to hit fold space with Ixguild. And then get some spice to Guild Ambassador. You'd think that'd be an obvious route for him to take. May have different plans. Dreadnought 1 for Hondro Moritani. Restrictive Ordnance is taken with his High Council. So that's going to give him possible swords on all combats here. Oh, and he's found his signet ring on the draw as well. Oh my goodness me. Well, this is going to be a mess. Detonation devices comes out. There's 3 players of Dreadnoughts. Unigo secrets. Ooh, that's a nice find. That deals with that point. That's a heck of a find. Result. Back to Ekaz here. Is he just going to go, what, Imperial Basin or something? Just use experimentation? He might well do so. Giving the loose spice to Hunter at this point doesn't seem to matter too much. Unless you've got different plans. Where's he off with this? Oh, he's going to get his High Council now. While he still can. So Ekaz is setting up here to try and end this. Or just try to cash in later on here. It does feel like Ekaz has maybe stuttered a touch here since getting Spy Satellites. Feels like it was going really cleanly. And now he's taken it. I just feel like it's kind of interrupted his rhythm a bit. If it was going really like strength to strength here. But ever since he's gotten that, it just feels like it's been a bit awkward. Kind of scrambling for moves a little bit here. So Baron with 2 actions. Hard for him to get involved in the fight now. Yeah, he's looking to see what the heck Hundro's up to here. Hundro does not have much of a hand. He'll note that Signet Ring is not there. I don't think there's any way that Baron can win this. I just feel like the move for Baron is just fold space and then infiltrate shipping. With your ring. Or something. Take spice. You won't be able to get hold of an intrigue off Signet Ring, admittedly, which isn't ideal, but, you know, what are you going to do? Like, if you got Gildan Bash in your hand, you should be trying to convert 3 spices to a point at all times. Definitely caught into some indecision here. I just feel like it just seems a natural move. Fold space, Ix-Guild, get a second Dreadnought going. Unless you want those negotiators for a specific tech. No, still suits. Well, well, well. What is going on here? What is going on here? I honestly don't know. I have no idea what Baron Harkonnen's up to now. I am befuddled. How's he going to get... He's not getting the Guild Ambassador bump off here. There's just no way. He's playing like he just has no access to the someone's got like 5 bumps there. Hunter's going to deploy in, just deciding what to deploy off. Carthag seems pretty good to me. It does give money to Baron, though. And he doesn't want to give him a Signet Ring. So he's going to go Basin instead, which I actually think is probably slightly better anyways. Where's he bumping with this? Spacing? Yeah, spacing looks good. How much does he put in? Remember, he gets +4 on whatever his combat strength is here. He does have ambush behind him. So he's going to feel that that's probably enough, and the odds are it probably is. If he wins it, he goes to Arrakis. Player has to deploy a Dreadnought before the previous one is recalled. I can't see Yuna getting stuck in here, but she's going to be very concerned that she might not get to Highliner next round. 2 Persuasion, grabs Voice. That is attempted Highliner protection in case Hundro gets greedy. Ekaz with 5. There's his Talaxu point. I think Ekaz is going to go all in for the second Talaxu point here. And I think he should go all in for this second Talaxu point. I think he's very likely to get it. Yep, he's committing. 5 persuasion. It's not a great row for 5, truthfully, is it? Corrupt Smuggler maybe occasionally has some use, but it dissects you just using the whole time. You've got enough liaisons. Deck of 12. What are you getting rid of, by the way? Yeah, experimentation one goes. So Ikaz is just going to look to just try and power his way through. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? Does Ikaz ever trash Diplo here? Hold on, how do you have 7 persuasion? It's nowhere near. He's absolutely nowhere near 7 persuasion. Like, excuse me? Like, what? So he does ditch an experimentation. Okay. Interesting. I honestly think he might have considered trashing Diplo. He wants to keep some access. Baron's got a free move here. Baron, I guess Baron is just going shipping at this point, and he's going to take X-Guild, and he's going to just take the negotiators. Okay, so he's after a tech here. I guess this makes sense, and this way he gets his bump anyways, yeah. I probably should have spotted this sooner. So he's going to go up and down. He can't get his intrigue, because that was not given to him by Hundro, wisely. He's got to go up and down. He's got to take Spice. He's got to take Emperor Alliance. Oh, no. Actually, it's a lie. No, the Space Alliance even gives him the money for his intrigue. So it doesn't even get blocked by Hundro, though it seemed a wise decision. So Spice, Troops, Bump. What tech's he after here? There's a question. I guess he takes Detonation. It keeps it away from his opponents. It's something he doesn't have to worry about. Could take Disposal and then just trash X-Guild, I guess? But I just feel like Detonation, when there's multiple Dreadnoughts out there, probably keeping that away is reasonable. Oh, he's not taking a tech! Oh, wow, interesting. I mean, you got X-Guild, like, it makes the tech free, basically. And Detonation Devices is, you know, it's pretty good. But he figures he's just never getting value out of it himself, and he doesn't care much about blocking people from getting it, so... And he has to commit to a decision before he gets an intrigue. So if he finds like an intrigue for that, he finds Study Melange. It's very hard to see how Baron gets to the end of a research track here. Very unlikely to see that happen. But we might be able to make it work. It's something to aim for. Call the Market's just kind of stuck in his hand. He's got no prospect of getting anywhere near that. So Call the Market's basically a dead card. And Dispensation is also stuck in his hand. So Baron's got a really awkward time. He's got 3 intrigues. He can't really shift. Hundro with the sword. He's got 4 persuasion. Crop Smuggler's not the worst thing in the world. Hundro's got a big deck. He's got 15 cards now. So, first Guild Ambassador point for Baron. It's taken a while to get it off, those 6 rounds. It's a little bit lengthy. Couple to buy. I don't think he'll bother. Patient Ice comes with the robot. It's a good card. So, that's all that's going to happen here. Oh my god, Una commits! Oh my god, she commits! And Hundro ambushes. Oh, Greedy Grill. Oh, he went all in for it. This was greed. The smuggling play and committed to combat. It's gone horribly wrong. Ambush immunity for Hundro, and that has got to be a mistake. Took a shot. And it is a disaster. Hanjo finds vicious talents for 4 more swords. Baron picks up Harvest Cells. He's got a problem. He's at risk of secret stealing now. Oh, well, Yuna took her chance. It didn't happen, though. And Yuna is in real strife there. Oh, goodness me. Wow, she went all for it. Felt she was behind. She had to play the play for plans within plans, but it has backfired hugely. That could be the end of Greedy Grill's tournament here. Charisma's a nice card, but that's a brutal thing to come and recover from. This looks terrible for Yuna. Ikaz is 6 points and 2 in the back pocket here. It's economic supremacy. Hanjo Montani absolutely loves the sight of this, by the way. This is a fantastic conflict for him. Oh, he's pulled Choem shares. Oh, he needs so much money. And Ikaz has drawn bizarrely. He's got Delegate. He's got Negotiated. Wow, Ikaz needs to find a way to try and end this game quickly. Is there any way for him to get hold of 3 points and 3 spice to just hard trash spy satellites? I don't think so with the hand he's drawn. He's off to Arrakis. Gives shipping to Baron. He finds his other liaison. Not what I don't think he was looking for it. And Ikaz is in trouble here. I think he's in a spot of bother. He's not liking life here. Baron Harkonnen has also drawn pretty poorly, but you can kind of make it work. Baron Harkonnen's got a problem here. Baron Harkonnen's got to decide right now, is he getting rid of Stunning Melange or not? Does he keep hold of it and risk secret stealing? The only thing he's worried about losing is core the market, specifically to Ikaz. Which, given he's got spy satellites, I guess is less likely than anything else. Stunning Melange to to red would be really bad, though. Dispensation to red's also not great. There's been very little Bene Gesserit so far. Hanjo has got his power play somewhere, though. And power play secrets is a pretty natural move for him. But if he's got Highliner access, he's going there first. Baron Harkonnen is readying up for Hardy Warriors. He was debating just going Hardy Warriors immediately. But he has infiltration. So Hardy Warriors is coming. I wonder if Yuna might voice Hardy Warriors. Baron would not be able to infiltrate it. And it seems like an obvious place for Baron to go. Baron takes the influence bump. I assume he's going Bene Gesserit here. BlackStone pointing out he's got 3 spice. I assume Baron goes selective breeding with intentions of going Hardy Warriors to infiltration and getting his other 2 bumps, but he might think he's got to get this alliance and get in front here, and he does go for it. The problem is he's now got to find a Bene Gesserit bump somewhere. Oh, he has shipping as well, so he cashes in both bumps. So Baron Harkonnen is now accelerating. Ikaz is not loving this at all. And there's a combat point to be had on the side here as well. Ikaz is worried this might end this round. I don't think it's going to. We can see the hands, though. He cannot. But Ikaz is not liking this. Obviously, a bit of chatter on the table here. But Baron is looking more and more like he's favourite to win here. Masterstroke is going to get him his Emperor point. He's got Talaxu point coming as well. He's thinking, can Baron get 4 points here? It's possible. Emperor point, Talaxu point. Second in combat would get him to 9. And if he's got Guild Ambassador in hand, that would just be game over. But he doesn't have it. He didn't draw it. So Ikaz might get away with this. I do feel like BlackStone was looking really good early and has kind of squandered it away. I keep going back to, like, he could have just revealed for TM, and I think he had the perfect deck for it. So 100 high lines. It's all going in, of course. No debate about that. That's automatic. He doesn't have to worry about the cash, in theory, because he can shows it later on. He's never going to get both off here, so he might not worry about the money too much. Yuna goes secrets. She does go for the steal on the Baron here. She finds Tiebreaker. Yuna finds Harvest Cells. That's pretty good for her, actually. That's going to help deal with her Talaxu points. Not a bad find. It's actually not bad. It's not good for Badger, actually. He was kind of relying on that to get his Talaxu point. And now he can't get it. He was going to use Harvest Cells to get there. So it's a bit of a problem for Baron that's happened. Because he bumped down for the faction bump. He was relying on Harvest Cells to get him over the line of the Talaxu. And it's not going to happen here. So that is going to buy the table some time. That will slow down the Baron here. And suddenly, things are looking kind of dicey for him. Twists and turns here. Ikaz being given a hand by his opponents here. But he's still got a lot of issues as to what he's actually intending to do here in this round. He's got 8 persuasion. But it's a horrible situation. He can't get any water for, like, research station. I think he has no Menta access. He's got Arrakis. He was trying to look for Liet Kynes and missed. I think he's going to commit himself to try and go for second place here. And let Liet Kynes come in next round. Baron's going to Mentat. He finds his Signet Ring. Ooh, he doesn't have any money for it, though. Baron O'Connor might have to go research station. Might have to go research station experimentation. But he hasn't. Why did he go Mentat and not Hardy Warriors there? My gosh. Hondro's going to go there instead. And he throws his power play at it. He's sitting there with 5 water. And here comes Quid Pro Quo. And Baron is all of a sudden in absolute jail here. Fremen Alliance is gone. And Spacey Alliance is being put under maximum pressure. Hondro Moritani's trying to end it. And now he's got the money, courtesy of the spacing bumps. If he takes the Fold Space Alliance, this game is over. And he's got Fold Space. He's going to go for it here. Oh, but he's out of spice. He's got free spice. He can't get it. I don't think there's a way for Hondro to get the spice without going to Fold Space. Hondro can't end it. He's trying his damnedest, but I don't see a way for him to finish the game. The taxi point he's already got. But Baron is being devastated here. Yuna with Voice is going to cash in her smuggling. Where on earth is she going to block, though? I have no earthly idea. She had half a design on the Fremen Alliance. That is long gone, so Bene Gesserit it is. Now she's got her money together for final delivery, so I assume you just block up, like, Selective or something? And just try and keep that away from your opponent and get that alliance. That seems not a bad move. I think I'd be blocking Selective Breeding here and just try and guarantee the alliance. Siege access. You got a couple of mining spots. You know. I think I'd be blocking Selective Breeding. You could block Fold Space if you wanted to do Baron a big favour if you're that worried about Hondro winning the game. This is where it starts getting to. They're trying to work out who might win this. Ikaz isn't going to win this. She might legit block Fold Space just to stop Hondro Moritani getting there. She's no intentions of going there herself. It's just to try and, like, even out the battlefield here. It's like I'm watching a Twilight Imperium game, this. Or does she just protect where she's next going? Does she go High Council, maybe? Research station's going to be blocked. There's people there with tons of water. I also don't hate this move as well. I do not hate this move as well. Baron's going to be able to get there anyways. This is only stopping a Hundro, though. Like, Baron could just get there later. That's my only issue with this. Is Hundro Moritani going Research Station here? I don't think he's going Research Station a lot, truthfully. But he has got a ton of water. I'd be blocking that. I'd probably just block up Great Flat instead. Keep him away from the Spice. You need to try and get Highlander access next round. You've got Spice You've got a Satellite Band coming. I think I would have probably gone Great Flat, personally. Also, he surely wants to go mining for Spice for his point, right? I guess he might just go Basin. I feel like I would rather have gone Fold Space or something here. But in any event, I just feel like he probably had to try and stop Hundro scoring here. And taking that alliance. It's kind of bizarre. Maybe he just thinks it's not his problem. Greedy's way behind here, by the way. So Ekaz is just going to commit more forces. He has no access to seats, so the best he can do is this. He picked up Strong Arm earlier, by the way, in the intrigue, which isn't doing him a ton. There's no alliance he can realistically steal. So, this was not Ekaz's plan to get stuck in the combat here. But it's how this turn developed. Baron's got a couple of actions. Hard to see Baron getting heavily invested to try and go for second place here. Baron has been absolutely devastated in this round. It has been brutal. There were chances he had to maybe try and finish it, and it has all gone horribly wrong. He's going to have to pull something out here to try and make something out of this. The spot in the grand final and doing the double is slipping away. His intrigues are not helping. I feel like Badger's probably just going to go, like, Great Flat, Research Station, and just get Study Melange online. You've got more faction access coming for Hardy Warriors. He's also considering going, like, he's also considering trying to retake his alliance. The problem is Hundro's got another action still. So this is very difficult for Baron here. I think Baron probably just should go Great Flat and see what Hundro does. And there's worlds where if he doesn't go Fremen again, you might be able to go like Steel Suit / Hardy Warriors, or even go Hardy Warriors now with Infiltration and then hit the Fremen again next round of your Diplo and retake your alliance. But he's also feels he's got to defend his Spacing Guild as well. And he might feel that's more worth it, but there's nothing he can do about it. There's a big moment in this game here for Baron. He's also scared about using his Signet Ring for specific reasons. Does he just infiltrate Hardy Warriors here? It looks like he's going to have to. So Baron, he has to use troops, not the Dreadnought, if he's going to do this. These troops will not be coming back. Badger in a world of pain. So he does infiltrate. He's gonna try and think his best defense of the Spacing Guild is a good offense and say, well, do you want to trade alliances? It means Hundro would have to go to Fold Space, which is a space he doesn't really want to go to. So it has to be troops. Let's get Master Stroke off so he gets hold of his defense of his alliance as well. And his Emperor point. So proactive there. I like it. It's kind of the only move he could really make. And Hundo now surely just has to go steel suits. I feel like his hand is forced here, right? He doesn't want to. But with Research Station blocked, what else are you going to do here? So just cements the alliance. And calls it a day. About the best he could do. So Yuna's got final delivery. She needs to get troops in for Harvest Cells. I think we want to try and... It's kind of tricky. The problem is, so Harvest Cells needs 3 troops in. She might just leave that for next round, truthfully. Plans within plans is suddenly becoming an option here as well for Yuna, but she might opt to go for the Bene Gesserit alliance. She's got 4 intrigues, though, which is a little scary. Voice is removed, so Baron can get the research station if he wants. This has gotten very tense, hasn't it, all of a sudden? Very tense. Yuna might go for charisma here to get Lady Jessica. I think that's coming. I think she's going to go High Council here, and she's going to get hold of whatever she's going to use Jessica to help try and get plans within plans. I think she's going to go Benny Alliance to do so. She might go all in on plans, though, with charisma. It's not a bad strategy. Depends how she sees it. And now they know that she's got plans. When you don't take that Bene Gesserit bump there, it looks like she's got plans or she's got the bump in hand. Although why you wouldn't have just taken the alliance by now, I don't know. So it feels like it's very likely that she has plans. They'll probably realize that. Ikaz taking some liaisons here. Absolutely filling his deck with them. He does have coordination. I don't know what he's getting rid of. I probably would get rid of Delegate here for the money. Spicer's Flow is good to have. It's in case someone else has got call in the market. There's loads of intrigues. We've flown through a lot of them. I feel like Trome Delegate's not as useful to you here. Yeah, I would trash Delegate here and take the cash. I mean, it's a better move. I would rather reveal for a Spice than reveal for free Solari right now. Yeah, I think this is the better trash here. People too readily trash the Spiceman's flows, but even if you don't have corner, like, it can stop other people scoring it. And in a game that's gotten really close, I think that's important here. So Baron has an action. Now, Baron Harkonnen might opt to use the experimentation here. Thinking that he's going to get to try and get to Research Station next round. Alternatively, he could try going to Siege of his Ring and hoping he flukes a battle intrigue. Hard to know what armor Kaz has. He doesn't have corner because you've got it. Doesn't look like he's got Grand Conspiracy. I think he's just going to go yeah, he's just going to take the Spice here. And he's giving him 2 options. 1, he gets the Highliner, and 2, he's got Research Station. If he somehow gets back to him, and Hundo doesn't go there immediately. Might just trash. I don't know what he's going to trash here. He might trash the dagger. He might feel he needs the swords, though. Yeah, he's thinking he might need the battle strength here. No, dagger's going to go. Baron 1 step closer to getting hold of his Talaxu Beetle as well. That's the other problem that Baron's got here. He needs to do more. Harvest Cells has made his Talaxu point really tricky. I mean, Baron should just put his Dreadnought in. There's no reason not to put it in. In case he has got, like, Stage Instant or something. So Hondro is 6. It's not enough for Lady J. Price on Eyes isn't bad if he thinks he wants it. Shai Halud's kind of nice, but again, out of his price point. Price on Eyes is just fine as a card, but he's scared of peeling off something really strong for Yuna, so he decides not to bother. Yuna will just take Lady J, though, surely. And I assume is going to take the spacing bump here. Nope. He's going to go get the Bene Gesserit now. Demand Respect is found. Oh, and Yuna now does. Her hand is stuck. She can't offload any intrigues here. She's at right for secret stealing. Oh, this could be disastrous. It could be carnage here. So we go to combat. Nothing to be played here. Hondro will take a couple of points. Ikaz will get second place. Baron will just take the resources. And it's round 8. If this is Grand Vision, I'm going to laugh, by the way. It'd be hilarious if this is Grand Vision. Can you imagine? After all the quarterfinal games? It'd be great. You couldn't write this. Oh my god. Oh, this tournament has been the greatest tournament I've ever held. You just felt it in the bones. It's round 8 Grand Vision. Oh, and Ikaz has got spy satellites. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's funny. It's a great result for Hondro Moritani, by the way. He's not unhappy to see it, I don't think. I don't think Yuna's best pleased. Oh, that is brilliant. But she has got Demand Respect. She might be able to make a steal of alliance if no one protects the Emperor or spacing fully. She might actually be able to steal an alliance here. But she might get secrets on before that. Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, goodness me. I might just have to rename future tournaments. We might call this the 2023 Imperium Cup might just be the Grand Vision Memorial at this point. I think I might legitimately rename it the Grand Vision Memorial Cup. God, we're gonna miss it in Uprising. Oh, so great. Anyway, so it's Baron Harkonnen who gets Highlander access. And he's wondering, what is he meant to do here? I can assure you, Badger is currently not a particularly happy man. He is not best thrilled by this. I think he has to highline anyways. He's got to protect his alliance and get Guild Ambassador protected. The problem is he's got Study Melange. He needs the spice. But he has to highline to try and get Research Station. It's too important, right? He needs to get to Research Station desperately. I think Highliner is the only move. It protects your alliance. It gives you Guild Ambassador. If you can somehow get to Study Melange, great. It gives you Research Station odds. I think you're just forced to highline here. It's not great. What else are you doing here? Selective breeding? Ooh, that feels pretty awful. You've lost one alliance to Hondro. Why would you tempt fate and lose another when he's sitting there at 8 points? He's legitimately considering mentatting here. But I think it's got to be Highline. Like, I know it's not the combat you want any other combat than Grand Vision. I can't believe it was Grand Vision. That's absolutely bonkers. It's a forced move. He might not put it all in. How does this game go 9 rounds, though? It just whacks loads of it in here. Wow. I don't know if you need to put in all of it, but whatever. Hondro Moritani has to end this game right now. The problem is, how does he end it? Is there any way to get Spice Must Flow after shipping? If he had any faction access, he'd just ship and just prepare to go Bene Gesserit and end the game. But he hasn't found it. He should go Research Station first if he can find it in his bones. And he's thinking about it. He's realizing he might have to go Research Station. No, he's going to use this first. He's going to prep up here. And he is looking to go Research Station. It is absolutely imperative the Baron blocks that. If Hundred Moritane gets to 9 Persuasion, this game is over. So Baron will be having to block it. I think Hundred should have just gone Research Station first, though, personally. But he feels he's got to get this in. He's got to get to shipping when he still can. Yuna's got a tricky hand. No Highliner access. Satellite Baron obviously is blocked. She's just going to go selective here and try and pull some points. Hard to see how she ever wins this combat now. It's been a great semi-final, this, hasn't it? It's been good entertainment. And it feels like the players are just scrambling at this point. This is not pretty. I assure you, by the way, I have not messed with the conflict debt in any way. I did not know it was going to be Grand Vision. I have not made that happen. If I did, I would have put it in the previous round, so... Have faith. I don't know what she trashed. She trashed convincing? Ekaz Mentats. Liet Kynes is ready for a point. Currently got 8, 10, I think it'll make it 13 Persuasion. Ekaz desperate to just get over the line here. He's absolutely desperate. This game might go 9 rounds. Baron finds Research Station. Important move. Exguild is found. What's his extra? Experimentation. Okay. Okay. There's his Talaxu point. It gets him to 7. Guild Ambassador is going to get him to 8. He can't get to 9. He certainly can't get to 10, I don't think. Hundred feels he's just got to try and find anything to get out of jail here. Advanced weaponry is found. He can't pay for it. He does not have the money. He does not have the tech tiles. It's a blank. Are we going 9 rounds in this semi-final game? I don't think anyone's going to be able to finish this. Like, how does Baron get 3 points? There's no alliance for him to go for. Guild Ambassador is 8 points. He's not close to Spice Must Flow. Ekaz can score 2 points max. No! There's a route! Armored Ekaz goes Still Suits. Armored Ekaz goes Still Suits. And he gets Spice Flow and he hard trashes Spice Satellites. And ends the game. And I think it'd win him it as well. I think that's the move. I think that's the move. He finds another liaison. Well, now he can do it in secrets. I think Armani Kez, if he sees it, I think it works. He's at 7 points. Spice Flow is 8. He takes whichever faction point he can get, and he hard trashes Spice Satellites for 10. It legitimately is on. And he would win the game and be in the grand final, I think, if he does. But it's so hard to see. People look at Spice Satellites and they do not think about hard trashing it beforehand. But I said a couple of rounds ago, Ekaz has been leading this. He doesn't need the endgame point. He needs the game to end now. Ikaz has lost so much steam in this match. He's at 15 persuasion. He's not at double spice plus flow. It's the move. It is 100% what Ikaz has to do. Is he going to find it, though? He went to Arrakis, so I don't think he's seen it. But if he finds it, I think he just wins. He's committing himself, basically, to hoping that he ends the game and somehow finishes it. But how does he win it round 9? How? Oh, man, it's going to be interesting. Baron's only got 1 troop. But he doesn't need specimens anymore. Baron's going detonation devices. Baron is looking at detonation devices to trash his dreadnought. But again, with Guild Ambassador, it only gets him to 9. I don't see any route that gets him to 10. Because there's no alliance for him to take. The only thing that would work is if he somehow fluked Demand Respect. But Demand Respect is out. Shuttle Fleet is on. Might Yuna go for that? Oh, but she can't. She doesn't have the money to get there. She's short. She's got the trips of Harvest Sales, which is her point there. 100 Moritani has to cash in shipping. Does he just close his eyes and go Siege? How much trade would he have? 4, 7, 9, 13, 15. He gets to 19. Vicious Talents is 4. He's got 4 from Restricted. And Baron didn't put in any more. Oh, he's off the basin. He doesn't think he can win this. It's the only reason. If he thinks he can win it, he goes Siege. But he doesn't think he can win it. He's preparing for a round 9 here by going Imperial Basin. But I think Siege, he takes it down. The problem is Baron's got 3 intrigues. They could be kind of a lot of things. It's hard to know. We know that he can't do anything with any of them. They're all kind of blanks. But Hundro doesn't. Hundro Rotani does not know. But he might get there anyways. I assume he's just bumping Bene Gesserit here. Yeah, hold on a second. Is this game end? Is Hundro Moritani going to win it here? Chong shares and the Benny bump. I think it's going to end anyways. I don't think he took that. Did you take your bump? He did not take the bump, so Hundro Moritani's going to look to win this. And I don't think Baron can stop it. Yuna has to get stuck in here. But I don't think Yuna can stop it. Maybe Hundro went to Imperial Basin for Spice tiebreak. Maybe so. Armani Kaz, what is he going to do? Suddenly, I don't think he's looking too good anymore at what he's doing. Well, Yuna now has the extra money for this. She goes disposal. So Yuna's prepping for a round 9. But surely when Hundro takes the cash there. Oh, Kaz misses it! Harmony Kaz misses it! Or at the very least dismisses it. I think Hundred Moritani is in the finals. I think Hundred Moritani is in the finals. Absolutely wild. It's going to be an interesting chat with the players here. Baron takes the troops, which is the correct decision. But it's not going to matter here. Hundred Moritani is coming in for Vicious Talents and the daggers. And he's going to take this down. This is over. Chome Shares is going to end this. Yuna has plans, but can't get enough from it. And Ikaz no longer can get to 10. I think an Ikaz is not even gonna... Is Ikaz even gonna get to second place here? I don't know. And here comes Cho and Shares, and now they realize, like, uh-oh. Oh, we got problems. And I think Yiazmat is booked himself a spot in our grand finals. I don't see how he gets stopped here. Second place between Baron and Ikaz is super close. I think Ikaz is going to edge this out. But he did have the opportunity of like just strong-arming a faction and hard trashing for the extra point. But he didn't see it. Ultimately, the way it's gone down, it wouldn't have mattered. Heck of a semi-final, this. Ikaz... Nothing else he can do. There's no other options. There's a spice. There's a spice must flow. But strong arm is doing nothing. Grand Vision strikes once again. Hope among all hopes that somehow this game doesn't end. And that is it. What a wild match this has been. Yiazmat, our first qualifier, true to the grand finals. BlackStone, I think, will make the runner-up playoffs. He was hoping to go all the way. Badger was hoping to go and make the double, but he is eliminated in the semi-finals. What a crazy game. I don't want to say that I called Grand Vision Round 8 coming, but cheapers. A heck of a game, though, by the way. This is a really good match.
It's like, yeah, I buy these cards right for my deck, and it's like, oh, you're buying those cards, are you? Well, we'll give you this and this.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you found that I mean, I think given the situation, I think you did sort of kind of your damnedest here, and I think you played pretty good. But yeah, sometimes, that's probably when you go intrigue-wise. Obviously, there's all sorts of carnage over here.
Well, this never really helped me at all. Because I had this with this, I had like so many opportunities to get it, but it was just all just rubbish. Like the ones I was looking for was well, not so much that one, but yeah, I mean that one would have been perfect. Yeah, flagship if that one, yeah. But the main one I was looking for, that I bet you it's on the bottom. That one, no, not that one. Where is it? That one.
So supers would have been huge, obviously.
Yeah, but it just, that's the thing. Like all the stuff that I needed was sitting right on the bottom.
Yeah.
All the intrigues I got was snot. Yeah, that happens. That's why we love the game.
Well, yeah, one of the longest waits for a Masterstroke I've seen in a while. Had to be super patient for that.
Well, Red actually said like yes, he completely forgot about it. So, which was like, that's why I do it, because people tend to forget about it.
Yeah.
And you don't know where the bumps are going to be. So when you do play it late, it
can be a bit tricky, definitely. It is a legitimate strategy. I mean, you found sort of the moves. For a while, this looked like this might have even gone 9 rounds. Like there was a chance it was going there. But people have a habit of like trying to scramble their way to 10. I was thinking for the longest time, Ikaz might have like. I thought there was maybe a world with strong arm, like you go to like secrets of your Diplo instead, and then just hard trash this to get to 10 and just hope no one else gets there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was hoping actually to draw like one of these two, so I could get here. But my hand was kind of unfortunate last round.
Yeah, it was tricky.
So for sure, like Elite Kinds was the last card in my deck last round.
The
so
previous round, yeah, that sucked a bit. That was a
Yeah.
little unfortunate.
And then, but it was not to be.
Yeah.
One worm was definitely in the cards.
I
but
did.
not-
I did want this. I was swimming in spice.
Oh yeah, you
for a
were
long-
ready
Yeah.
rocking for that. Definitely, you were praying for that. And obviously, Greedy fired their shot round 6, and then the ambush came over. That was pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I was very surprised that all those intrigues got used round 6. I would have sworn you guys would have saved them for.
I
round
mean,
seven.
if he
I was muted.
if he won, he gets 2 more intrigues, I guess. So
I
was
think
just
I wanted to cycle them away there anyway, so I didn't even mind that ambush that much.
Yeah.
But I think
He had
all the
plans to
combat
fight for as
spots.
well.
Yeah, exactly. But all the combat spots were kind of awkward for me this game.
Mhm.
That sucked. I really was just trying to set up for another round because I was never winning this round.
somehow it worked out. I was going siege, but then I thought, oh yeah, because he's gonna beat me in tiebreaker. So
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that was a pretty wild spot. That like I was thinking, you go Siege all the time. You just kind of like had to just shut your eyes and hope that you're good there. And you know, to be fair, it worked. So you know, fair play. Can't fault that. And yeah, it gets you through to the grand finals, man. Congrats.
thank you.
Yeah, hold on. Turns out I should have gone here for the spice first action.
Well, I mean, there was a
Who
few
would've
things.
thought?
Like I thought when TM came up, like round 2, I thought you would just. I was think you at least considering
Yeah.
just revealing for it, but you went the Arrakis spin.
Yeah, I was considering it too, but I thought I got to take a risk,
Yeah, I mean,
Semifinals.
I guess
It was
so.
50-50 whether I had it, but yeah, I guess he knew.
Coordination's obviously really, really strong. There's no doubt about that. I don't know. When you got dissecting already, though, it's I don't know. You could go both ways on it. I think either was fine. If you take the spin, you take the coin flip, I suppose you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah,
That's fair enough then.
that was a risk.
I made a play mistake that last turn. Damn it! I should have actually gone here and discarded that because I had 2 cubes there anyway. That would have given me an extra dreadnought, and then I would have been able to come here anyway. Oh, actually no, because if I had
I
a
was
flip
going
that-
there.
Yeah,
was going
you
there
had
if
to
you
get
didn't
you
go.
had to go
Oh, yeah,
highlighted
yeah,
there
yeah.
immediately because
To get
and
spice
I was
mod
going
block.
to be short the spice for this. No, I couldn't do that.
yeah.
That was one. I was just thinking of the spice situation. There's always one spice short, even if I had won that combat.
Yeah, it was tricky as well. Like, obviously, yeah, you then find Stunning Melange like halfway in the game when you've already got Guild Ambassador going. That's always it's a bit like with like yeah, I mean, Hunter's about the only person that could get away with scoring like the trying to score the Solari point in the previous round and then going for the Chome shares after this. Obviously, didn't need to particularly, but yeah, it's always tricky when you get some multiple cards of the same resource demands and like dispensation. You don't really have the cash for it. Yeah, we've all been there definitely. But I think you played super good game though, regardless.
I guess the high council for me was just swords the whole game. Didn't buy any good card like pensive
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
or
you
spice.
enabled to restrictive, which kind of got you over the line. You know, it's people
Yep.
sleep on this tech a lot in this game. So, and like when it
That was
when
so
it looks like
annoying
it's
that you
pretty
went there. I would have sworn like you were getting ready to go Swordmaster, and then I would have.
No,
just,
I had got some master previous round, I think. I was just
He was
I love
swinging
Solari.
cash.
You had
He
it.
had like 15
Oh,
Solari or something.
okay. Well, that's just my bad then. Hey, well played, guys.
Yep. All right
Yeah,
then.
Good fun. Thank you. Good luck everyone in the finals, and
Okay.
yeah, we'll do it again.
Yep.
Thank you.
Indeed.
But you better win the finals now, eh? To redeem
Yeah.
us.
No,
Hey, wait. Yeah.
I have very bad games sometimes.
So here's confirmation of the results, and Yiazmat is our first player through to the grand finals. Was treading water, I think, for a bit of this game, but has managed to kind of scramble his way to victory. BlackStone will make through to the run-up players. I think he'll be disappointed, though, that he hasn't made the grand finals. He was in for a really good shot and got off to a really strong early lead. Maybe just took one chance too many and started paying the price for it. And definitely once Spice has gotten it, kind of like made things a bit awkward for him. But I think he'll be happy enough to at least make his way through to the finals weekend. But definitely thinking that somehow he might have been able to get his way over the line. He is, of course, end of the competition for both TheGreedyGrill and Badger, which is obviously unfortunate. Greedy took his shot early, tried to get over the line in the round 6 fight, didn't work out for him. It was always be hard to recover from there. And Badger maybe a little bit unlucky with his draw. I think played overall a pretty good game, all things being considered, but just maybe had his fingers in a couple different too many pies towards the end with like heavy requirements on his resources. Detonation devices obviously made sense. He had to try and gamble to get to that 10 points and rock and roll from there, but it was always going to be a little bit tricky for him. So there is no double between this and the invitational tournaments. Definitely a very tense game there. You can definitely tell as the game kind of got onto like round 4, round 5, play sort of slowed, and definitely could just feel there's a lot of pressure on the players to get through here. Round 8 Grand Vision, what an absolute joke. I've got to say, when that came off, though, that seemed really good for Hundro. Whatever happened, he ended up winning the conflict anyways, which was fine enough. But there were worlds where we go 9 rounds, and that would have been absolutely wild. But as it was, Hundro gets over the line. Another first position win as well, which has definitely been a theme of this tournament. Loads of position 1 wins currently in this competition. But yeah, congrats to Yiazmat. We'll be seeing him in the finals. Will be a live broadcast on the channel in about a week or so. As it is, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. It's been a pleasure having you. We will see you all in the next conflict for more from the semi-finals. Who will join Yiazmat in the grand finals? We shall see. Take care, everyone.